Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. If you're my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about what happened next after the electoral certification of the result. Congress met yesterday, they certified the result. There had to be any sort of objection, at least not that I was aware of. We're going to take a look and deep dive into what's the next path forward for the United States and for the presidency and see if there's anything coming out of that. We're just going to delve right in and see what happened. And we'll go from there, right? And I do have some other videos that are planned and will be posted on a timely schedule. But if you have not already, go check my January 19, 2025 video regarding Trump's rally. So, kind of see the light flickering. Just look at my forehead, see it flickering now. Once I started saying that, so I'm going to stop saying that. Anyway, now I stopped. Anyway, now let's just begin. We'll go head on in. This video in particular is being recorded on January 7th at 12:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is when I'm recording the video. Yes, I am recording in the afternoon, which is why I look more refreshed. I do have this tarot card book that I bought. I went to like a bookstore the other day, and I felt really drawn to the coloration, and I just felt a strong pull. I've been having a little bit of struggle in terms of what's it called? I've been having like intuition block, or not like intuition block, but like tarot reading block. So I feel like this might be able to clear it up. So we're going to use this today and see how it works. But anyway, besides the point, this video is just for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only. That is the original intent of today's video. If you have not already, please engage with the content. The more you engage with the content, whether you're liking, you're subscribing, whether you're you're following, when you're hitting your bell icon, hitting the links, or going into the comment section below and letting me know your thoughts. Whatever that may be, any sort of form of engagement, even watching this video to a longer duration than you normally do, means that you are more likely to not only see my video, my content, but you also see other psychics and other tarot card readers as well, including astrologers. When you don't watch the video for long, you don't really get recommended tarot card readings anymore and any psychic. So, that's up to you. That's up to your determination. But if you want to be notified when I do post and upload, I do have a Blue Sky account and a Facebook group which you can follow below, and you can also message me there if you have any questions. All right, let's begin. I'm not going to waste any of your time. Again, today is Tuesday, January 7th at 12:19 Eastern Standard Time of when this video is being recorded. All right, so we're going to use this. We're going to kind of do like based on my intuition. It's going to give me a number. I'm just going to go to that page. Okay, spirits and angels, tell me what number. Okay, tell me automatically 76. Okay, we're going to go to 76, I guess. And we are going to be asking the question, what's it call it? What can we expect over the next couple of, I guess, weeks? What's the next path forward now that the election has been certified? 76. Okay, so this is the reading spread that we're going to be using. It's called 76. A 9-card spread, an unconstructed 9-card reading. I wonder what that means. Okay, so the 9-card unstructured reading will answer absolutely any questions as you build up a whole picture step by step. You can add a 10th card as the crown of the reading if it hasn't all come together by card 9. What you should use is the full deck. Okay. So I guess we're going to use this format and see what happens. I mean, I kind of like how the guys knew automatically I like to do like storytelling. So that's interesting. Okay, let's go and take a look. Cleanse the card of any negative energies and any negative entities, any negative thoughts, any negative beings. Is the tarot card cleared? They're cleared. Alright, perfect. Okay, Spirits and Angels, tell me we are going to be using number 76, page number 76 for 9-card spread, called the unstructured 9-card reading. Please give me a card that resembles the question and the answer to what is the next path forward, moving into the certification heading into Inauguration Day and beyond for the United States and the presidency in general. However you want to answer that. Okay. So that's the first card. What's the second card? Okay. Okay, give me the third card. Okay, what went the third card? Okay, card 3. What's the fourth card? This one or this one? Okay, this is the fourth card. And it's a card 5. So tell me this is card 6. Okay, so give me card 5, please, for what's the next path forward after the certification of the election for Trump. Thank you. This is card 5. Give me card 7. Thank you. Okay, that's card 7. Give me card 8. Thank you. And give me card 9. Give me card 9. The final card. Or should be the final card. I never actually used a guide like this before. I always just read just however my gut was telling me or just how they fell. But today I just feel like I need to have a little bit more structure in my readings. Alright, so let's go and take a look. So the way it works is this is the card number 1, this is card 2, and it goes clockwise. Like a clock, really. I think that's more of something that we need to know because it's all about time, right? We're talking about time now. What's the next path forward? Right? What can happen in the future? Right? I don't predict on this YouTube channel, but I tell you that I read the energies of the moment. Alright, so we do have here, we have in the center of the reading, we have the King of Wands. This is the conservative card, the Republican card. It's sideways. This is very significant because when you start to look at why is it number 1, because we're asking about, okay, the electoral certification, why is that a challenge? Why is this a challenge to the electoral certification? Why is it a challenge? Because it shouldn't be a challenge. It's number 1. It's the first card to come down, and it's the challenge. It's the Republican who's supposed to be in power, which means this should be upright, not sideways. Right? But also I must mention as well that this card resembles the likeness of J.D. Vance. Right? He's sideways, which means he's not the leader, even though he showed up in the reading. On the left, though, we have in the second card, which is Trump. He is in the upright position, which means that these two, when we ask about the electoral certification, Trump is up, Vance is sideways. Vance is the challenge to Trump presidency. Right? He is the challenge to Trump presidency. We'll understand that more as we start to get in. This is another card, again, J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is here again in this reading. What we have here, we have this young guy here with a cup of water, or a cup, yeah, with a fish in it. When you start to look at this fish, you start to realize, oh, well, normally when you take a scoop of the cup in the water, they're not really going to get a fish. You're just going to get living organism, microorganisms in the water content, but you're not actually going to pick up a fish. The fact that he has a fish is telling. It means that he either went out of his way and fished for the fish and put it in the bucket to make it appear as if he caught it naturally, or it is telling us that he actually had severe luck and he was able to take that one scoop and was able to catch a fish with it, despite the speed of the fish. I'm hearing the word slimy. I'm hearing the word slimy. We have the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we never took an 8. I did 8 cards. I was like wondering why I was off. Okay, so this is the 4th card, 5th card, 6th card, 7th card, 8th card, and then we're going to need a 9th card. Thank you. Okay, so sorry about that. So we have here, we have in the 3rd card, no, the 4th card here, which is in the top of the reading, which is kind of like ignorance or a lack of bliss. But I'm hearing bliss. Like ignorance is the bliss. I'm feeling like they've been so coddled or in such a state of comfort that they can't see clearly. Like they what's the best way to describe it? It's like somebody who's been coddled for so long, even like a child, right? And then they're unable to do certain things because they've been coddled. That's kind of like what the energy is coming in for the 4th card. Now we're following by with the fifth card, which ends up being a challenge to all of this, and challenging the question to what's the path forward right after the certification of the results for Trump. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is indicating to me that there is some sort of closed-mindedness, but also like some people felt like held back, like they couldn't exactly make the decision that they wanted to because someone or something is telling them not to. Be careful, Nicole, your face is in the screen. So someone is telling them what to do and dictating it. Now, what's interesting though is that in the background here, Page of Cups, you have a lot of water in the background. When you start to look at this card, you see very little water left. It's almost like the water has been drained out. This is the emotional aspect. It feels like in some way someone has sucked up the moisture of the emotions of the room, and there's not much left remaining. There's a lack of empathy, a lack of emotional aspect. It's more of like the mental or anything that isn't related to the emotional aspect or something that cannot be influenced by the emotional. So there's coming here in the number 6 card, which is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This means good fortune for me. But I'm not focusing on that because it doesn't feel like it's fortune anymore. It feels like there's something bigger at play here. I'm getting pulled to the grape, but particularly the flower. I'm hearing the word poppy or poppy seeds. Poppy seeds. Maybe something about the pop, I don't know. But if you look at the flower on her dress, it's pretty like pronounced, right? And even the grape. And the grape is very interesting because the grape, it can be edible and be used in multiple different ways. It could become wine, it could be oil, it could become vinegar, it could become raisin. There's so many useful meanings of it. It said that, okay, so what it's saying here in the sixth card is that, okay, so there is a lot of things that can come out of this. Because one thing can happen, but multiple different formalities and different pathways open up because they do something. So, for example, just say you hate the grape, right? It can become anything you want it to be. It could become a fruit salad. It can become a salad dressing. It can be chopped up into salad. It could be in alcohol. Whatever you want it to be. There's so many forms of different ways that you can use grapes in your daily lives or in your food content that it almost telling me here that, okay, just because you get information from some source or something, it cannot be used in other ways or it can't be customized, so to speak. This is saying here that the future is customizable. It's not set in stone because it's like a grape. It can be used in many different forms of different ways. The poppy though is telling me here that there's only so much points, there's so much time that you can do before and how much moisture and what's it called, how much basically how much juice a grape can have. Because once the grape fills up to a certain point, it starts to burst. Right? That is what it's saying, and that's why the poppy flower comes in here, because it said there's a customizable point. You could customize what may happen in the future, but it's saying here that the poppy, if you put too much customization and you start altering the path that you're supposed to be on, it's gonna burst. We will see what that means, but that is what I'm getting with the grape card. Now, for number 7, which falls underneath the 7th under card 6, which is the 7th card, this is also another challenge. This is Elon Musk. They're giving me Elon Musk because the color red is very significant for Elon Musk because I keep seeing a red Tesla. Again, I keep seeing a red Tesla, and there's money here. So this has to do with AI in some way. Maybe there's a customization to how things are done with AI. And this plays a major role and a major factor towards the presidency, somehow related to the electoral certification of Trump. Maybe there's a rollback of regulation, possibly. I'm hearing a lot of head injury. Maybe there might be like like workers who end up making these machines might just get injured on the job, or there might be a rollback of regulation in terms of workers' safety advice. That could be what that could be indicating as well. The next card here is number 7, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is ironic that the 7 card shows up as the 7 of Wands reversed. And this card is here telling me that there's not as much of a pushback or resistance as one may think. But she locked the door. There's not as much as a pushback as one may think. And that is significant because we're talking about the electoral certification and what happens after. Is that despite all the information here, there's not as much pushback to the Trump-Vance administration yet. But it will be because after the resistance It's telling me here that people are going to start to realize what's taking place here. But in order for them to get to this point of resistance, this stuff must happen. This stuff must take place. It can't take place, the resistance can't build up if you take away the resistance, you take away that elasticity. If you allow it to be elastic, right, it's telling me like, look at a rubber band. Take a rubber band, right, you take it, take one side, you take the other, and you start to stretch it. Eventually, it's going to reach its tension point or its point of breaking or breaking point, really, and it's going to snap, right? And it can injure you, the people who are here, it's going to snap the people, but it's also going to go forward and hit some other place as well. So it's going to cause massive injury in some way. Not physical, it may not be physical, but it's going to be injury in some formality. Now, why is this significant? Because it's telling you here that although there's no resistance to the things that Trump is doing, because in the minds of the people see him as a great change maker, someone who can create change. Even if it's unwanted or unwarranted, they are going to be happy with the changes that are coming. But those changes aren't going to be something that they're going to be happy with. They're going to be happy with the notion that changes are happening, but not necessarily the ones that benefit them. That's the difference. And the resistance starts to build. So it's telling me here that the story of what takes place after the electoral certification Trump win is the resistance starts to build after Trump policies and Elon Musk's policies start to take place in the United States. Then you start to see the resistance build up. But there will be a lack of regulation. I definitely feel like regulation in terms of AI is just going to explode. We're going to be heading fast into the next 5 more years. We're going to be an entirely new country in terms of AI and technological revolution. We might go from third world country tech all the way to advanced society tech. That doesn't mean that we go advanced in terms of our consciousness and mindset, because remember, the faster you go, the more you get left behind. The more you get left behind, right? So that is going to be very important as well. That's interesting. Because right after that card this is card number 8. And this is the Queen of Pentacles. This is money. People looking at their money, their wallet, they say, listen, look at all this tech. I can't afford anything. Why are we focusing on technological advancements? And the money can go to tech. It can go to countries. It can go to war. But it can't go to me, the people. The energy is very disparity. It's one in which people are going to look at themselves and say, I can't even afford this. Like, what's the point of having this tech if I can't even buy it? That's the mindset of a lot of these people, right? This is why it's coming in as card 8. Now, the final outcome card here, what is the whole moral of the story here? The moral of the story is that when Trump goes in, regulation gets slashed, the resistance starts to build, and Elon Musk and Trump policies start to dissuade a lot of people after a certain period of time, but there will still be a group of people who will feel as if Trump is being the best president that he can be, because in their mind, he's saying, well, he's creating change. Doesn't matter what change it is, as long as there's a creation of change or a movement of change, doesn't matter what it is, I'm happy, I'm satisfied, I'm grateful. The Hanged Man in reverse, though, means that a one term. So whatever happens here, whether it's J.D. Vance takes over, which is why he challenged to the Trump presidency here, regardless of the certification, Vance will become president at some point if Trump were to take hold in office. Vance will become president. He's the challenger to the Trump presidency. Now, what it is saying here that despite all of this, Vance will get one term. So this will be his only term. If he were to take the term from Trump, he will finish out the remaining term of Trump, but he would not be likely to get a second one, if any. What tells me if that's the case, that means J.D. Vance has to take over prior to the 2026 midterm. So we're looking at a time frame here, a very short one, if even, from 2025 all the way to 2026, prior to the midterm. If he gets become president between that time period, then it's considered one term. But if he goes after the midterm, then it's considered not a term at all, and therefore Vance can run again, and he could win one term. So depending on how that works, that is the way it works in the Constitution. That's what I'm seeing in the cards here. We're going to ask for the 10th card, and then we'll close out today's reading, and I'll do a couple mini ones, see what happens. Alright, so Spirit Angels tell me, give me the 10th card for the unstructured 9-card reading. What is the last card that represents number 10? Can you give me the crown of today's reading? regarding what happens next after the electoral certification of the results yesterday for Trump win. Okay, there's too many cards here, but I guess I'll just take it. You ask for one, they always give you many. It's like when you go to like a store or something, you tell them what you want, and they just give you the exact opposite. The crown of today's reading is the Page of Swords. The young energy, right? Fighting. We have she's not going to have a lot of accomplishment. There's not going to have a lot of accomplishment. There could be a lot that people, Americans, are looking at and they're saying, well, he promised all this and he only gave us one. And then we have here, well, it's going to break a lot of promises. I think that it doesn't take a second to know that one. And then we have here is the Ace of Cups. Outpouring of support for the next person. And this is the bird. The bird. Remember, I talked about the birdie. How the birdie is very significant. Even if, just say, for example, Trump goes in and everything goes in as planned according for the Trump presidency, Harris will be set up if she runs in 2028. She will win the next election if she runs in 2028. But that could be why the cards could also be indicating Harris will become president. You know, because Tarot doesn't really know the answer to like maybe number 45, number 47, stuff like that. They don't really understand in terms of that content, right? They're not American. They don't know that. But when you ask, oh, is Tarot going to be president? It's going to say, yeah, if she is president in our timeline. So there is also that outcome as well. I do think that Harris will become president, most likely in 2028 if she decides to run or sometime later down the line. But she will become president at some point in time. And I also did mention as well that she will not become president under a Biden administration. So that's why I had felt very strongly that it has to take place after the 20th, because Trump will be in office, not Biden. Therefore, the Biden term has ended, which means she can become president anytime after that. So, and you can vouch for that, because that is a reading that I did back in 2020 with Intuitive View. Anyway, I feel like I'm pretty well satisfied with the reading today. I felt like we had some good energies, good mojo. That just tells me that Trump will be in power for right now. It feels like the resistance needs to build. That's what it's saying here, that people in the United States need to experience the Trump presidency to resist the Trump presidency, if you know what I mean. So we will see. We'll see what happens, what that entails. Again, like I said, I do feel very strongly for my intuition, for my gut, for my tarot card reading. I do feel very strongly for that. But like I said before, I'm not going to change the readings to benefit me or you in any way. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear. I did ask my guys that those who don't belong here, they do kindly leave quietly. And for those of you guys who are still here, thank you. I appreciate you. I see you. I love you. And thank you for all your kindness and support and appreciation. We're going to get through this together, whether it's 4 years with Trump or whether it's a month with Trump. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll always be here for you. I love you.